When I was a wee lad, I used to love myself in video games. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Mom. I'm playing Pokemon, was a common thing I used to say. But then I discovered that I was a hit with the ladies. Still am. All women think so. But I had to leave the video games to do bigger and better things. But I came across an online mystery that brought me all back to the video games. Woo! Time to go on a digital quest and join a cult. The year was 2013 when Kanye Quest 3030 was released. The mysterious creator went under the name Phoenix. It was released on Windows PC on RPG Maker, a site that allows you to create your own games. I also want to point out that Kanye West did not endorse or license any of this. The game takes place in 2010, where you play as Kanye West. While taking out the trash, you suddenly slip and fall into a wormhole that teleports you to the year 3030. Upon arriving, you realize that the United States has fallen to a dystopian society that is ruled by an evil clone of Lil B that claims that he is a true based god. But according to a prophecy, Yeezy would return and overthrow Lil B. You'd think he'd be trying to overthrow Pete Davidson. Lil B has created a base god task force full of other evil rapper clones to protect him. Evil rapper clones such as Biggie, Tupac, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Nicki Minaj, and more. So alongside Tupac, RZA from Wu-Tang Clan, and MF Doom, you take on evil clones and gameplay identical to Pokemon, where you can choose to either run away or rap battle, using punny attacks to defeat opponents as you level up, in order to finally take on and destroy evil clone Lil B to restore order to the nation and establish yourself as a true based god. You get the gist. Let's get into the cult stuff. 2 years go by, and this game is well received. Suddenly, it begins trending for another reason. An anonymous user on pastebin.com described a hidden level in the game that led him down the rabbit hole of cult recruitment, hidden source code, obscure social media sites, and links to dead websites. You see, in the game, there are these base information systems that you walk up to and they give you instructions on where to go and what to do. In the first feature level of the game, Bay Area 3030, you walk into an abandoned building, you engage with a base information system, only to see this message. At first glance, it might look like nonsense, but even the most novice sleuth can make out the words base information system, ascend, and worship the based god. Our savvy anonymous user took note of this and decided to keep exploring. Soon after, you meet a task force member in the street who asks you, "What do you want to do?" Remembering the obscure message he saw on the based information system earlier, he decided to type in the word ascend. Immediately, he heard this ominous, satanic sound. Here it is.
Hello, your computer has virus.
You can't get any more satanic than that. Like, just admit it. Okay, here's the real eerie message. Congratulations, you have proven yourself to be an open-minded and curious thinker. We must apologize for deceiving you, but we can reveal that the game you were playing until this point was a front. A front. Trust no one, huh? Wow. Even the game lies to me. That's funny. What's next? My dog? What? You have another owner somewhere? Fuck. Constructed to protect what you are currently accessing, we must ask that you do not reveal this area to the public if you believe that you may be prone to revealing information. Look, bucko, I ain't no snitch. You should run away, baby. Bad news. Okay, I'll stop now. Okay. Or do not wish to participate, please close this program immediately by pressing Alt F4 or selecting the No option when it appears. Okay, asking for consent. I think I like this cult. I like it. By selecting the Yes option, you agree to participate and not reveal information. The following is a thought exercise designed to help teach you something beneficial. By undertaking this exercise, you will hopefully be affected in a positive way. Due to the nature of the exercise, this something cannot be revealed immediately. This exercise may or may not be restricted to this software. It is important to remember the purpose of this exercise is to benefit you. You will not be timed. We cannot provide any more information, except that we wish you good luck. You may begin now. Welcome to your ascension. Now this is pretty weird, even for me, and I'm in a lot of cults. You then no longer play as Kanye West, but as a white butterfly, and this level that you're led to seems to be full of dead ends. The level contains no clues, only more base information systems that give you links to websites that don't exist, or ask for 8-character passcodes. Instead of guessing the passcodes like a loser, this city boy anonymous user hacked the game to data mine the game files in order to find out the remaining passcodes. He found a few. Jagatai, Ayin, and Patunce. Is it Patunce or Badunce? Obviously, the only person who's really going to understand these words is Doodle Bob. Our anonymous user decided to Google these words, which led him to an online thread where people discussed Ascensionism. Ascensionism is a religion mainly based on reincarnation. Ascensionists believe there are two spirits that make up a being, that being the physical spirit, the body, and ethereal spirit, the soul. Souls get reincarnated multiple times until they reach a point of self-judgment. If they decide they have been good, they will destroy themselves and become primordial soul stuffs from which new souls are to be formed. Ascensionists also believe that everything bad that happens to you is deserved, as you have asked for it in a previous life. You're terminally ill? Next time, don't ask for that in your past life, silly. This interpretation makes Ascensionists able to justify any harm done to any other individual as they are believed to deserve it. Ascensionists be like, yeah, I killed him. But he was standing there, so he asked for it. He deserves it. Trust me, 300 years ago when this guy was alive, he was a piece of shit. Now he's over here acting innocent. I'm not buying it. Trust me, if you were woke, you'd also kill him. Ascensionists also think that it is important to always be optimistic and never exhibit self-doubt. Reading more into this thread, it consisted of a myriad of posts with users extending their views and collectively trying to progress to the next levels of Kanye Quest. There were 34 codes in total. Every code you cracked in the game would make your screen darker and darker, until it was absolutely pitch black, and that's when you knew that you had completed your ascension. You are then teleported to an all-white room with a single terminal to interact with. Once you interact with this terminal, a battle begins. A battle with jizz. That's what it looks like anyway. The battle then simply ends. You then only have two options. You can either quit the game or interact with a single terminal. If you interact with the terminal, a passcode is required, which happens to be micropia. Once you type that passcode in, you get your final and creepiest instruction. You have proven your worth once again. You have ascended. However, further ascension is always possible. If you do not wish to ascend further, your journey ends here. So please close this program by pressing Alt F4 or selecting the No option above. By selecting the Yes option, you agree to participate further, and you grant us permission to interact with your possessions. Would you like to participate? If you press no, then you quit the game. But if you press yes, then you get this message. Over the following 2-week time period, we will interact with you and your possessions in several ways. Keep an eye out, as some of these ways may be subtle, others may not be. We may attempt to contact you directly. If we do this, we will attempt to notify you of our presence using a keyword. If you still consent to participation, please select the Yes option above. Do you wish to participate?
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
If you do choose to press yes, you are then required to enter your full address and more personal information. After this nefarious finding, RPG Maker quickly took Kanye Quest down. The only way to get an original copy was to download it via Tumblr page. The problem was that you needed a passcode in order to obtain it. Word on the street was that this game was able to connect to the internet without the player's permission, gain access to the personal information you entered, and send it off to a cult. So who made this game? Going back to that original thread, there are many anonymous users posting symbols referencing now deleted videos and a mysterious Ascensionism phone number, and when all that information was investigated, it led to a connection to a record label called Ascensionism Records, who subsequently posted a cesspool of identical symbolism associated with the cult in question. A new festered obsession with finding out about this so-called cult kept eyes on the record label, who denied all connection to a cult and the game. A Redditor/online investigator was able to download a new game straight off Ascensionism Records' website called Calypso. It was taken off their website immediately, but some lucky users downloaded the game before it was deleted. The game is essentially pointless. Instructions are written in an incomprehensible structure using English mixed with other languages in order to delegate simple tasks such as touching an object. The only interesting aspect of the game is that you are granted a telephone and periodically you will receive new voicemails to listen to. These voicemails are calls made to the Ascensionism phone number. People were genuinely calling, trying to join this cult. Here is a real recording of one of these eerie voicemails. Hey, I'm insane. I put my address into the game like you told me to. So just wondering, like, are you gonna call me back soon? Or, I'm ready to sacrifice animals and drink blood or whatever you guys do. Anyway, birds aren't real, Earth is flat, all of that. Call me back. Once again, your biggest fan. This is Stan. If you were one of the few to play Calypso, you were able to listen to these voicemails. The only name linked to Ascensionism Records was Nick Lyons. He was the only known person signed to the record label, but his identity was unknown. And what happened to the people that actually put their personal information in the game? Well, nothing. There is closure to this story. Literally 2 months ago from the time of this recording, Australian comedians Cameron James and Alexi Toliopoulos released a 6-episode web series dedicated to finding the identity of the creator. Nick Lyons was found and interviewed. He denied making the game but didn't mind the free publicity. Using the Wayback Machine, a website that lets you experience the internet exactly as it was 10 years ago, they managed to find an archived version of a Tumblr page from the original uploader, Phoenix. There, they managed to find a credits page with a list of people who worked on the game. One by one, every name was contacted, and every name was a dead lead. That was until they found Harmless Tank. Harmless Tank was the only person on that list that they were able to find information about when Googled. Information such as him being 31, located in Australia, his email address, and they even found his YouTube channel. They attempted to email him to no avail. They decided to comment on every single one of his videos to get his attention, and it worked. He revealed that he's never been contacted in correlation to the game, revealed that he was a game tester for the game, and claims that he knows who the creator is. He met the creator online playing Team Fortress 2. He contacted the creator to see if she was open for an interview. She was. Her only request was that her pronouns be respected. So who made the game? None other than John C. Her name is Clara Hope. She made the game as a high school project for a computer programming class. She got a B+. Like, what the She added the hidden level to the game in later editions, which makes sense as to why it took 2 years for the hidden levels to catch steam. To be as confusing as possible, she used the name Ascensionism after doing research on new age cult groups. The inspiration on adding the cult twist to the video game came from a family member who became part of a cult, a highly litigious cult. She didn't want to say their name. I'm not going to say their name. It rhymes with Iantology. She was fascinated with the cult mentality and how philosophies were used in order to control people. So with a nod to that, she began working on the video game with a group of undisclosed people who signed an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. I mean, I'm impressed that in high school she was talking about, here, sign this non-disclosure agreement. Me and my friends in high school were just like, Cinnamon Challenge doesn't look that hard. Should do that. Let's do that. She was also contacted by Tupac's lawyer because she used an actual photo of Tupac in the game. So even though the internet went crazy for almost a decade trying to figure out the identity of the creator, Tupac's lawyer always knew. Clara Hope is a musician and an artist, and she brought forth a very interesting idea. I don't think this is the last time that we're going to see cults linked to a video game. It's only a matter of time before we have some kind of psychopath that also likes video games who begins taunting the police in hidden levels with clues of his murders. And, you know, just imagine what the Zodiac Killer would have done if he had access to the internet. And because there will always be murderers and cultists and other strange things, it's only a matter of time before this is real.